On to another A-10 matchup, Dayton. The aforementioned Dayton Flyers at St. Bonaventure. There were a couple spots, including this game, that I have had circled for a few days going back to last week. One being Georgetown. I do kind of want to see where the market goes before playing that one. The other was Bonaventure. I cannot wait to back the Bonnies here as a home dog. So hear my argument before you give yours, Justin. If you're watching on YouTube, you see JP's reaction to my Bonnies take. So only regular season meeting between these two programs this season. Dayton rebounding in a big way from a 3-game A-10 losing streak to 3 straight wins. So they're kind of playing to their non-conference potential a bit here, at least over the last few games, winning all of them. But you look at KenPom, statistically speaking, St. Bonaventure is one of the unluckiest teams in the country, number 330 in luck percentage to be exact. And there are legitimate reasons why to back that up. 6 losses, all 6 of their losses by 5 points or fewer, and their opponents have shot a 75.6% clip from the free throw line. That's good for top 40, top 30 in college basketball. I am a Mark Schmidt stan till I die. You go back to 2 of their last 3 losses. Chance Moore, the Mo State transfer, really good pickup for Schmidt in the offseason. Didn't play.
Can't deny that.
Thank you. And he did play for a bit, I will say, caveat, did play for a bit in the George Mason loss, but only played 13 minutes, then exited with the injury. And shot quality, by the way, actually credited St. Bonaventure a much closer score than a 13-point loss to George Mason. Key for me is, this is big. Can the Bonnies and Noel Brown, 93rd percentile, by the way, per synergy and post-up efficiency on a points per possession basis, can he take advantage of Latang and Key for this Dayton post-up defense? Because you look at the Flyers at that end of the court down low, protecting the basket. It's not pretty, but they don't allow a ton of post-ups because of their ball pressure. Opponents only getting the ball on post-up touches in the 4th percentile. So again, the Bonnies don't let the opposition really get the ball down low, and then 17th percentile on a points per possession basis for opponents scoring the ball down low. So if you look at, again, personnel matchups, if Brown and Bonaventure can control the pace to their liking, both teams want to slow it down. But if the Bonnies can be efficient in that half-court offense against Latang and Key, I really like St. Bonaventure as a home dog here, Justin.
I mean, maybe I tipped my hand before saying that I would take Dayton on a neutral floor against, maybe the team expected to win the conference right now. I would take them against Bonaventure too. I will be on Dayton. I think
even with the spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, look. Here's the problem. You got to take a look at St. Bonaventure and how they did in that non-conference and how many of those big wins that are involved and how they're priced were likely a little inflated. We're not talking about every single win, but I'm talking about 20 points over Siena. I'm talking about crushing Niagara. I'm talking about crushing Fordham. I mean, these were things, and that's not even non-conference Fordham, but those were all expected to be much closer. And I think that happens a lot. Maybe it slides under the radar that, they get into the conference. Everyone was talking about St. Bonaventure. Everyone's, talking them up that maybe they should be the team that goes to the Big East from the A-10. They've won all these games. I mean, they only lost 1 game, right? From the start of the season, they only lost the Utah State game, which, to their credit, Utah State is a great team. But guess what? They lost by 5 points, Eli. Shot quality expected of 21. So we were gassing them up way too much from the get-go. All right,
I don't know about that.
They were overperforming. I think they were though, because guess what? They've rattled off 5 losses in their last 6, and none of them were expected to be shot quality wins. They have not had any help from the numbers. VCU loss was the worst one yet. Dayton, I understand it's the spot, but here's the thing. Here's the problem. When you circled it months ago, Dayton wasn't in trouble. Right? So there's no sleepy Dayton cruising into the A-10 and big, hungry, sleepy SBU can strike when they're not looking. No, Dayton needs every win because they're not getting the bid. They're not. They need the seeding. They need to not play more games. They need to get the favorable draw. Tight line here. It's I like the money line for Dayton. I think the spread's fine. But man, if shot quality's numbers are correct, you got St. Bonaventure as, the 11th best half-court offense in conference play alone right now. You have them allowing the 15th best spacing in the conference in conference play alone right now. Shot making against is not looking good. Shot selection on offense not looking good. Open 3 rate in conference play looking bad. I don't know why Dayton's the team they figured out against. They can't get through almost anyone else in this conference. They were overperforming. And let's little handshake. I'll roll up the sleeves, Eli. I'm happy to be wrong. This is the shot I take every time.
Okay, fair enough. Your points are warranted in terms of their non-conference success, especially against lower major opponents, but 2 possession or less negative luck. If you look at again, all their losses coming by 2 possessions or less. I mean, that's flat out unlucky. And Mark Schmidt, again, you want to knock on him, I get it, but he is one of the more underrated. Yeah.
He's been great. He's coach of the conference. There's overperforming isn't a bad thing. I think it just leads to lines that then you're buying him continuing to overperform, right? You're buying him to continue to be that good. And he might be. I just think the price is likely a little too high for it. That's all. That's my only thing. I'm not talking about 20% off, right? I'm literally saying that I probably think I have like a maybe a 3% ROI on this thing, so I'll take the bet. So could lose it plenty of times over and still probably be pretty happy with my analysis. We'll see. It's going to be one of the greatest games of the day for sure. Got to watch.
Yeah, ESPN Plus games, so I get it if you're maybe a little more inclined to watch VCU and St. Louis on CBS Sports Network. But to me, this is a very, very good spot to back Bonaventure. Now, Justin's points are warranted, especially looking at Dayton coming off of 3 straight wins. It's not like it's a 6 or 7 game winning streak. Seeding is going to be very important in the A10 tournament. I would argue this is an even bigger game, though, for Bonaventure at home. And to your point, you mentioned home success, just straight up wins for the conference at home. And St. Bonaventure absolutely needs this one. So I'll take the Bonnies to win outright. And I'll take the 1.5 right now on open. I don't think this goes in Dayton's direction. So maybe you may even get a little bit more value on Dayton.
I mean, the home teams have been, again, if you like a road team, unless they're like a real public darling, you can usually wait.
Yeah, absolutely.